Hello, everybody. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. Happy Thanksgiving. I got a little story for you today. This comes right out of the Midland Reporter Telegram. You can go look it up yourself. I can't tell you the name of the ex-wife, but it's posted in the public on the Midland Reporter Telegram. And I posted this on TikTok, and I said I was married on September 29th, 2011, and we separated 3 months later. Less than a month after that, I was shot with my phone lines cut. I had filed for divorce 5 days before the murder attempt. That's the facts. In 2011, the ex-wife stuck her finger in my chest and said, "Here's what you're going to do. You're going to pay for me apartment. I'm telling everybody that you're crazy." I said, "Here, I'm selling this home, and this is over." I listed my home for sale due to the crimes at market value with the same realtor that found me this home, Janine Pruitt, but I got no bids. It came off the market about 2 months before I was shot with my phone lines cut. That told me they wanted my home, but they didn't want to buy it. They had a plan to get it another way. Now that I'm crippled, the price went up. They planned to kill me and get the home for free. I just filed divorce 5 days earlier. There's my realtor that found me this home, and I'm suspecting that she knows about the underground homes here and might have set me up maybe to be murdered. 22 months after I had survived a premeditated murder attempt, home invasion, premeditated murder attempt, I get served with a protective order from the ex-wife. I hadn't seen her or talked to her in a year and a half. Let that sink in. And she lived 100 miles away in Lubbock, and I've got a protective order against me. It was absurdity. Okay, there's no reason for a person to be protected that lives 100 miles away that you hadn't talked to in 2 years. Okay, you see what I'm saying? But when I go to court, they had subpoenaed Detective Rosie Rodriguez. We found out in court that Detective Rosie Rodriguez and the ex-wife were lifelong friends. They had gone to elementary school together and they were working together. They both get up into court, testify under oath, perjure themselves, and call me delusional. Here's the testimony. Testimony by Detective Rosie Rodriguez. Did Mr. Webb, and certainly had been injured, but did Mr. Webb seem delusional at the time? That's how I described him. Okay, so Rosie Rodriguez calls me delusional after I survived a premeditated murder attempt. And then in court, the ex-wife, testimony by the plaintiff, why did you separate Mr. Webb? I felt my life was in jeopardy. Bullshit. And why is that? He was very delusional, and he believed that I was part of a conspiracy against him. He believed people breaking his attic. Now he has over 60 other homeowners documenting reporting people in the attic. Has proof of police under his home on the night of a premeditated murder attempt. 5 police. They had weaponized the court system against me, and I was a crippled crime victim, survivor of a premeditated murder attempt that had been reporting crimes to the police, and now we know it's a national crime epidemic. I got a lifetime protective order, took my right to own guns away for life, and I was a survivor of a murder attempt. I cashed out my 401k and appealed this absurd ruling, okay, and to the Court of Appeals in Texas, and they upheld the ruling. So right as of today, I lost my Second Amendment rights, and I was shot in my home with my phone lines cut, and it was a for-profit murder. That's what was going on. Okay, here is a recording that the ex-wife and I made a few months before the murder attempt, and she admits to trying to extort the money from me. Okay, admits it on recording, and then blames her friend Greg. He was this rich guy in Nebraska. She said it was his fault. He told her to extort money from me. Okay, but what I want you to keep in mind is that here she's trying to extort money from me over the crimes at this house, and then she goes to court with her dirty cop friend Rosie Rodriguez to call me crazy because of break-ins at my house. Here's the recording. It was not heard in court because it was deleted from my computer. I'm a IT guy. I was thankfully undeleted it, and that's why I have this proof. I want you to listen to the ex-wife and what she tells me.
You're the one that's going to make money off of it. See, I can never figure out why. Why would this all happen? And then all of a sudden, wow, who the hell is going to follow the cash? Follow the cash. Who's going to make money off this house being broken in? And how in the world can you know and say that somebody's coming across the attic and breaking in the house and turn around and go, here's what you're going to do. You're going to pay me $1,800 or $1,200 a month, or I'm going to lie about everything that I've seen and tell everybody you're crazy. You're the only one that was going
Yeah,
to
I made a mistake. She admitted to it.
make money off the house. Does that tie you back into the people breaking the house? Conspiracy?
Absolutely not.
Huh?
Absolutely does.
In your mind, yes. Obviously it does. In your mind, obviously it does.
You know, I stand for the outside.
No, it's absolutely not true.
I stand
The
for
truth of the matter is that's what Greg suggested.
That's what Greg suggested. Like I said, Greg was a super wealthy friend from Nebraska, and I've wondered if Greg didn't help plan my murder, since he was the one, that was ordering her to try to extort money from me. Okay. Now I want to go a little bit more. Okay. Here in 2017. The Texas Ranger Strain was assigned my case when I contacted the Texas Public Integrity Unit, the PIU, under the advice of Texas Attorney General Greg Paxton's office. Okay, and I'm writing, this is an email to a Texas Ranger Strain. Remember, the Rangers are supposed to be good guys, right? But not this one. Okay, and so I wrote Ranger Strain. I said, this home was rigged with hidden access before I moved here, and the still in the service has gone on daily for 6 years at that time. Not to mention the murder attempt or intentional maiming and mutilation of the hospital. But I believe the biggest crime is what the ex-wife told me concerning the doctors. She whispered in my ear with 100% sincerity, the secret is a group of doctors are killing people for profit. Okay. What she didn't tell me was that her brother-in-law was a doctor. I believed her then, I believe it now, except I have no proof. You have a recording of her admitting to extortion, which could be used to get more information from her about these doctors and all of those crimes. That's the recording I'm talking about that we just listened to. I sent it to this Ranger Strain, and I'm telling her, she told me that there's doctors killing people for profit, okay? And he was like, how would a doctor make money killing people for profit? And I said, I can only speculate, but the person to ask is the one that told me this, the ex-wife. You have a recording of her admitting to extortion, felony extortion. And since you have her on tape admitting to extortion, which could send her to prison for many years and could also be used as evidence to her involvement in the capital attempted murder of my life, then she might be motivated to tell you about it. You can hear her on the video called Follow the Money. I'll attach the link, and I have a transcript too. My best guess is those doctors were involved in the sex trafficking, human trafficking, racketeering ring connected with the underground homes. I wrote that to the Texas Rangers. He got it. He wrote back, and he did nothing about it. Here's what I believe that the police, the Ranger Strain, the ex-wife, and many others are trying to cover up. In the backyard, there's an underground home that was used for the oil show parties. Tisha Ann Wilkinson Brumley. I have friends that have been involved in those oil show parties. They are exactly what you say. There are underground homes. And one of the underground homes, secret underground homes put in for the bushes, is in my backyard. They were having oil show parties there. And that's what's going on. Now that it's there, they think they can extort money from the innocent homeowners, murder for profit, etc. And very importantly was this Mason, local Freemason in Midland, Aaron Packover, that he told me that it says... He says, can I ask, there were 4 people who were murdered, died in your house. What are their names? Okay. At that time, I had no clue, but now I think I know who each of the 4 are. I think the previous homeowner, Mike Lawhon, was one of them. I think the girl at the oil show party that Angie told me about in the underground homes is 2 of them. Matt Hyman, the attorney landman that I believe was electrocuted in my hallway, that's 3 of them. And then I suspect that missing man, Odessa man, Rini Escobar Sanchez, that I suggested to law enforcement might be buried in the west lawn, was the other one. Okay, 4 people. He told me 4 people. And remember, they're going into court, perjuring themselves to cover up the crimes and murders here. And when I bought this home in 2008, the previous homeowner, Michael Don Lawhon, died. Okay. And now I believe he was murdered here, taken to Fort Worth. He was one of the 4 people. Okay. And I suspect that Ranger Strain, Detective Rosie Rodriguez, all the other police and the ex-wife, they all know about the underground homes. They know about the crimes and murders. They know about the crimes against me. And it's all part of a cover-up. Mike was telling his friends about people breaking this house before he died. Same crimes that I was reporting before they cut my phone lines and shot me. God help us. Happy Thanksgiving.